Merry Christmas to you.
Gross. That's not how I thought you were going to start.
Merry Christmas.
I thought it was going to be like the...
You. Merry Christmas, dear everyone.
Everyone?
Yeah. Oh, you leaving people out of Christmas?
Well,
you can't leave people out of Christmas.
You can leave Jews out of Christmas.
Why?
Because they don't celebrate Christmas because they don't believe in Jesus.
Why would I want to leave them out?
Okay. Oh my goodness. I thought you were going to go, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It's beginning to look a lot like Jesus' birthday.
That's also true.
Everywhere we go.
Actually, it's beginning to look like the antithesis of Jesus' birthday everywhere we go. All right. So anyway, if you are watching...
the Grand Hotel?
Yes.
There's a tree at the Grand Hotel. Is that right? And one at the park as well. And probably a lot more Christmas trees everywhere else.
Okay, nope.
There's trees all over this planet.
Well, less than there used to be. Tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. The sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow.
It's a snow miner?
Correct.
No, if you're watching, no, this is not the sun on our table.
It's Christmas light.
It's Christmas light because we're Christmas.
We are festive.
Christmas.
All right.
To us.
What even are you doing?
It's going to be a big old ball of lava by the time we're done with this.
Oh, man. You're a ball of lava. That's Star Wars. That's not Christmas. Okay. Let's hope that didn't mess up the focus.
How is that for audio content?
You love to see it. It's like...
Yeah. This is the ASMR portion of our podcast.
Oh,
The return.
Rip. Okay, so today we are discussing Christmas.
Christmas, because Christmas is in...
5 days.
No, 5 days?
6 days.
6 days. And if you're watching this after, it's in negative however many days it's been since Christmas.
Yes, Christmas is Saturday.
Yeah, maybe if you're watching this on Friday, Christmas is tomorrow. Merry Christmas. I'm glad that you decided to spend your Christmas Eve listening to our podcast.
We love it. We received that.
How else would you want to spend it?
I'm
probably just going to spend Christmas Eve listening to our entire podcast catalog, and you should too.
For my sake, I pray not.
I'm going to be at work all day on Christmas Eve, so you won't have to.
Exactly. Okay, great. So today we are talking about Christmas. Also, welcome back to Hintzes in the House. We did not even say that.
Yeah, you haven't been welcomed until just now. So I hope you didn't make yourself at home and get comfortable, because
you were not welcome.
Now you can make yourself at home and get comfortable. But before, you better do some like push-ups or something to
there's these signs that like
destroy the welcome.
Like new farmhouse signs or whatever that are like welcome-ish. It says like, instead of like, you know, welcome, it says welcome-ish. Mm-hmm. And then underneath it says, it depends on who you are and how long you plan to stay.
Yeah. I got you one for Christmas.
You did what?
Nope.
Okay, great.
I got you one for Christmas.
So, today we were talking about Christmas. All things Christmas. Yeah. Christmas traditions.
Do you want to say that one more time for the listeners at home?
All things Christmas.
No, I meant today we're talking about Christmas.
Are you talking about Christmas today? Today? Christmas?
One more time for the people in the back. We're talking about Christmas today. When I say we're, you say talk about Christmas. We're. Yeah, you did it. I know you did.
You did great.
You love me.
All right. So tell me, Ethan, about your, let's see, I don't know, any Christmas traditions you have. Let's start Christmas traditions, things that you did in your family growing up on a consistent basis around Christmas time.
We usually, for a long time growing up, we would always read the Beasts of Bethlehem, which is a Christmas book. It is based on the viewpoint of all the animals. And they're like, who's this Jesus kid? What's going on now? Like, you know.
Who's this Jesus kid? Jesus, just this guy, you know?
So we would read The Beasts of Bethlehem, which is a great book. You should read it if you have never read it.
We have a copy. Thank you, Linda. We love you.
Yep. Mom, as I like to call her.
I mean, she's still mom, but she's not my mom. She's your mom.
Can't confuse which mom we're talking about.
That's true. Linda and Crystal, those are the two moms here.
Yeah. So we would read The Beasts of Bethlehem. Every year we would buy a tree and bring it inside, and we'd put lights on it, and sometimes little like decorative, like commemorative, little like ornamental things, I guess. And we would
describing the
put presents underneath the tree, and then we'd have a holly jolly time, I guess you could say. I don't know if anyone says that, but we would do that, and
could you say that you
we'd
had
open
a
up
holly
presents
jolly
on the 25th.
Christmas?
Yeah. I'm going to trademark that. I should write it into a song.
Gosh.
I don't know. We didn't really have any like Christmas
Anything
traditions.
like in the whole season though. Like think the month of December, Christmas
We
season.
always did a real tree, so like going to Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever to like buy a real tree. That was kind of tradition, I guess, We would all load up and search through the piles of Christmas trees and find a good one, and then get it and bring it home.
They were pretty, I remember in Florida, they were all under like tents and stuff, and they were all like standing. So it's not like they were just piles, if you will. I feel like they're more piles up here in South Dakota. They're just like leaned against buildings.
Well, yeah, they were just leaned underneath these tents. They would like set up fences, and they would just be leaning. They weren't like separate trees and standing. And you would just go by like section of like, here are the 6 to 7 foot, and here's the 7 to 8 foot. Which that was one of the weird things when we got here and we did a Christmas tree for the first time. We got a real one, and we just ended up going to like Lewis to get it, which is like a drugstore around here.
Here's why, because we wanted to go to a Christmas tree farm. That's where we started, and it was
the Christmas tree farm is sad, but I don't know how early you have to go to like get one.
Yeah, I have no idea
if it's really popular to do that here.
And then we went to Lewis.
But yeah, we went to Lewis to get it.
That was the way to go for sure.
Yeah, in Florida, when you go to like Lowe's or Home Depot, you pick out the tree, you bring it out. There's a guy out there with a chainsaw. He cuts off the bottom branches, cuts off the bottom of the stump, and then he puts it in a like mesh wire thing, and then you take your Christmas tree and go home, and you can take the clippings if you want. Here, you just go and they're like, we want this Christmas tree, and they're like, okay, and like you throw your money at them, and they're like, thanks, and then they go outside and they put it in mesh, I think. Do they even do that?
No, they literally are just like, pick out whichever one you want.
Yeah, you like throw them money and they're like, okay, go take a tree, bye. Yeah. And that's it. And I'm like, you're not going to like cut anything off for me? You're not going to help me out at all?
No.
I live in an apartment. You think I just have a chainsaw in my garage? No, I don't have a chainsaw.
And I do have a photo of you just literally just like hand in the middle of this tree carrying it to the car.
I mean, that's how you carry a Christmas tree.
I know, but just like, it's just this... Like, you could have just chopped a tree down. Except for that you're in a parking lot. You could have chopped a tree down anywhere and just been carrying it around. Like, there's nothing
It's one of those things of, like, I can appreciate the lack of, like, the plastic mesh stuff that you use. Like, I can appreciate the lack of using that because it's, would be a waste. Because, you're going to get home, unwrap it, and throw it away immediately. Like, you're not going to save that. So, I could understand if, like, on mass scale, we decided not to do that anymore. But like,
the fact that is
not using people,
it, still do it.
Right, like millions of people in Florida are going to do that, and it's like whatever. Yeah. And I'm sure all over the rest.
I mean,
of the
it
country.
also just helps to keep the tree contained while you're transporting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially because we had to transport it in my car.
Yeah, the back
4-door sedan, not my pickup truck that I don't have.
Correct.
Yet Christmas is only a couple days away.
No. Yeah, real tree. That's a tradition. The thing is, too, I think in South Dakota, they might start sooner because, like, they might just get the trees faster. But in Florida, you kind of got to wait a little bit because I don't know where the trees come from.
Maybe.
But your family was, because you did a real tree, your family was after Thanksgiving, the tree goes up family.
Yeah. And then we took it down very promptly, sometime late February, early March.
Love that for you.
Maybe a little later. And we always took it outside and let it sit in the backyard for another 2 to 3 months before we actually disposed of it. And then usually sometime in the hottest part of the summer, we decided to fully get rid of it. But we just wanted the Christmas spirit to hang around a little bit.
Of course, yeah. You gotta have
There's nothing more festive than seeing the skeleton of a Christmas tree. You're
Absolutely.
Also breaking my toes right now.
Oh, so sorry. I did not even know. I have my slippers on and I couldn't feel. So sorry about your toes. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate that.
I figured you were going to move your foot, but then you did it. I was like...
I didn't even know.
Very painful.
So sorry. Yeah, we were an artificial tree family growing up.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry.
Artificial trees are for chumps.
Well, the last year that my mom had a real tree is the year she was pregnant with me. And as we all know, my birthday was last week Friday. So if you can imagine trying to put up a real tree 9 months pregnant, you would never do it again.
Right. That's more so just a poor choice. I wouldn't be
my
like,
dad wasn't around to help
if our
her.
house caught on fire,
Or
I
he
wouldn't
was
be
around and
like,
chose not to
quick,
help
we got to
her.
set up the Christmas tree now before our house burns down. It's like, yeah, you use your brain and you're like, oh, maybe this isn't the best time to set up a Christmas tree.
Either way. Although I was talking to my grandma the other day and she said just this year she went artificial for the first time. She's like 80 something. And she always did a real tree. Until this year.
But she's planning to keep doing it. I thought you were saying that just this year, for 1 year only, I'm going artificial tree. And I'm like,
no, this is her first
you have
year.
to buy
She was
it
like,
and then
yeah,
you're
this
gonna,
is my first year ever doing artificial. And she's like, and I have to say, I love it. And
I
I'm
will
like,
say,
I'm telling you.
I probably would be a little bit less jaded about artificial trees had you let me do the coconut.
Absolutely
palm tree.
not. That was never going to happen.
Okay, and I'm still salty about it. And
Clearly.
Artificial trees suck until we can get a coconut palm tree with Christmas lights on it.
You know what? You can buy it and put it in the basement. As long as I don't have to see it, I don't care.
Wow, hurtful.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh, is that more important than this podcast?
No. I mean, not no, but...
Well, whoever you are, get screwed.
It's just the
Lenora
podcast...
hates you. You heard it here
That
first.
is not true. Podcast is the priority at this present moment.
2:44 on Sunday, if you texted Lenora.
It's Brock and Camille, so... That's on you. Oh, man. You are very important to us, and we love you, Brock and Camille. Great. So, yes,
You could have warned a brother before you're like, yeah, talk bad about these people.
I was literally just like, he's just going to keep going. I'm going to let him dig this hole. It's fine. Knowing that Brock listens to our podcast, like, religiously. Yeah. So sorry.
Is it 2:44 on a Sunday afternoon? Brock texts us back.
Awkward.
And apparently the podcast is more important.
Well, did you have any other traditions throughout the month of December? No?
I don't think so.
That's sad.
I just don't think we did. Like, okay, we also, for a time, we tried to get, like, the tradition of Mom was going to, we had a pickle ornament, and she was going to hide the pickle ornament on the tree somewhere, and whoever found it got, like, an extra present or something like that.
I think that still was trying to be a thing when I was visiting.
Probably. We only did that like maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think I was not participating because I wasn't in the family yet. Like we weren't married yet, so I wasn't participating. So I knew where it was.
Can't waste presents on you until you're officially
of course,
brought in.
I just didn't have like skin in the game because I wasn't a Hintzes child.
You weren't in the fold.
Exactly.
Now you're in the fold.
So that was it. Just hide the pickle and that's it.
We always watched like White Christmas 1,000 times.
Love that for you.
December 1st to like January 1st, I guess, roughly. White Christmas is just kind of on repeat.
Oh,
24/7.
Terrible.
All the time.
A terrible time.
No, it's a great movie.
Would you say that's your favorite Christmas movie?
Probably, just because it's
nostalgic.
I'm not like a super big Christmas movie person to begin with. Usually Christmas movies are not very good.
The Grinch or Go Home.
Right, like The Grinch is
Jim Carrey's
good.
The Grinch, by the way, if there was any confusion.
Not the Cumberbuns Grinch.
Hey, listen, we love Cumberbuns, okay? Just not the Grinch I'm talking about.
But
shout out to anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about. Like, that's imagining like a cummerbund. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm so sorry. That's imagining like a like someone in a suit with a cummerbund that is Grinch themed.
A what?
A cummerbund. It's a piece of a suit, like a 3-piece suit. His last name is Cumberbatch.
I know.
Okay.
And I say Cumberbuns.
Right. Cumberbund is an actual word.
I'm not saying Cumberbund.
Okay.
I'm saying Cumberbuns.
Oh. You're after his buns?
I need some Benedict Cumberbuns.
Okay, anyway, so now that conversation is over, Jim Carrey's The Grinch is the best Christmas movie, and I don't care
Doctor Strange now?
You, apparently, you weirdo.
Yeah, I know. Self-burn.
Those are rare. So you would watch White Christmas on repeat.
Yeah.
And then nothing. Did you do an open a present on Christmas Eve? You guys always went to church on Christmas Eve service. And,
right, yeah, because we weren't heathens.
Well, majority of people don't think they're heathens because they go to church on Christmas, so that doesn't really help your argument.
We went to church and we weren't heathens.
Both and.
If you're going to church and you're a heathen, stop going to church.
That's exactly where you're supposed to be, probably. Best place for you, honestly. Okay, well.
We, like, at the Christmas Eve service, we'd, like, have, they would hand out candles to everyone, and you'd light all the candles, and then we'd sing Happy Birthday, Jesus, which was, like, always a fun time, but a little, you know, questionable and cheesy, but a fun time.
Fun time.
I think the sentiment and the heart behind it
right
is okay. So I don't have any issues with it. Like, yeah, it's whatever. I'm fine with us being like, December 25th is the day we have decided to celebrate the birth of Jesus. That's fine. I think that commercially it has been commercialized way more, and to the point where I would also be fine with us being like, okay, let's have a different day where we celebrate the birth of Christ more intentionally,
right?
You know,
than what Christmas has
right.
become.
I also don't think that we should only talk about and celebrate the birth of Christ
one day,
once a year, or one month a year. You know, but
this
whatever.
Is true.
What do I know?
What do you know?
What do I know? No, we never opened up presents early. In fact, my dad being a commercial pilot, sometimes we wouldn't do Christmas until like a couple days after Christmas because he'd be on a trip. So
tell me, was that a traumatic time for you?
No.
I was kidding. I knew it wasn't.
It was not traumatic.
It is now. Okay, I think that covers your Christmas experience.
Yeah.
Great. Sad. Love that for you though.
What are you talking? We put Christmas lights on our house. We did all of the normal Christmas stuff.
Christmas things, but there wasn't anything that was like specific to you and your family that other people didn't do, except maybe the pickle thing.
We read the Beasts of Bethlehem.
That is true. You did read the Beasts of Bethlehem.
And yeah, we looked for a pickle on the tree.
Did you have anything specific for Christmas, like morning, like food wise, or Christmas?
Mom would usually
dinner?
make some huge like Christmas morning spread, but
very nice.
I was very rarely involved.
Was there ever like a baking day that happened in your house, like a Christmas baking day?
Mom always made like Christmas cookies, but
kids were not involved.
Very rarely did I involve myself. Yeah,
checks out.
We would all get blackout drunk on Christmas Eve. No.
Oh man, can we just imagine like hungover Christmas morning? How terrible!
No, that didn't happen.
That anybody knows of, because you were all blackout drunk. You don't remember.
I can't remember it. I can't remember it ever happening.
That doesn't mean it didn't. Oh dang! All right. Well, Christmas in my house. My
mom's gonna be listening and be like, "What?"
Just like that.
She's like, "We didn't get." She's gonna text me and be like, "We never got drunk. How dare you even even allude to that?" Like,
sorry.
I did it for the lols.
So I feel like Christmas started in my house on December 1st, which was always annoying to me because my birthday obviously is in this month, and so I always felt slightly overlooked. But
because your birthday is way more important than Jesus' birthday. I get it. Move on.
Precisely. Anyway, well, I would say that like Christmas started the weekend after Thanksgiving, so we would decorate the weekend after Thanksgiving like normal people.
Okay.
Artificial
that
tree.
Seems a little bit early, but
the weekend after Thanksgiving. It's basically December 1st.
Oh, here's another tradition. We would leave our lights up all year round, and then so
I don't
that
think
way
that's a tradition. I think it's just lazy.
Then next year you didn't have to put them back up. You just plug them back in.
There's a whole song about being a redneck woman that has to do with like leaving her Christmas lights up.
Well, and hey, maybe you want to spread a little Christmas cheer in
July.
Yeah, well, not July, because that's a little bit on the nose. Maybe September you want to spread a little Christmas cheer. Just plug those bad boys in. People are like, oh, Christmas lights.
I will say we have, they're not neighbors, people that live near us. We drive by their house often. They have a LED strip light that they just got this year, and it changes color, so you can change it based on the season. That is the way to go.
We also have no idea when they got this. You're saying they got it this year. We have no idea who these people are.
I would say this is the first year I've seen them put it up, so I don't know if they had it some other time. But anyway, like it was, obviously right now it's red and green, but they're also the people that change their like outside light bulbs to reflect the season.
Right.
And so I'm sure that they will keep those up year round and then do, pink on Valentine's Day and green for St. Patty's Day. And like, they're the people that always celebrate that kind of thing. So I think that's the way to go. Just get an LED strip and then you can change it, based on the season.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, December 1st, weekend after Thanksgiving, decorating. December 1st was the Christmas music start. And I think that's why I'm like so anti-Christmas music, because I'd be like, listen, we have a whole long time before it's actually Christmas. Also though, because
25 days.
So sorry to brag on myself here, but it's not really me, it's my mom. We had an intercom system in our house that had a CD changer, and so she would put 6 Christmas CDs in it and pop it in, and then it played throughout the entire house all day, every day.
Was Reliant K Christmas
No.
one of those? Well, then I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. It was mostly like Christmas music that she grew up listening to, and then some other classics, and mostly it was just enough to make me want to be like, I will die. Like this, I cannot hear this all day, every day, I will die. Truly. So there was that. Christmas traditions for us, sometime in that month, we would do a Christmas baking day. I was involved. Make, just standard Christmas treats. And the thing is, it wasn't really a thing for us to put together little plates and give them to neighbors. We literally just made them and then hoarded them all.
We did that for our neighbors to our left. It was Mr. and Mrs. Aspen. They lived to our left at the time. But they do not live next to us anymore.
I mean, I feel like that would be the thing to do if you're going to have a Christmas baking day. Like, put trays together and give them to your friends. We just didn't. We just hoarded it all, I guess. So that was the thing that we did. Otherwise, let's see, Christmas morning, we would always have eggnog. That was a tradition. Christmas dinner was always steak and lobster. Bougie life.
Apparently.
It was me and my mom
You get
for
it flown
most
in
of my
fresh.
life.
Did a parachute down into your backyard?
Yes. No, I mean, it was just me and my mom, so it's not like we're feasting like a whole lot of
Sounds
people.
like you were feasting.
I just mean it's not like we're providing steak and lobster for 5 or more people. It was literally just 2 of us.
Oh, well, selfish much.
Well, and her boyfriend at the time, or husband, whoever it was. So 3 people.
Selfish much.
And then what else?
I didn't get no steak and lobster.
Yeah, until we got married, and now you do. Because neither one of us likes ham.
That's true.
So now we get, except for the one year, I think 2 years ago, maybe, we did lobster. We did lobster tails, and we were like, this is way more trouble than it's worth.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Never again will I be doing
no.
lobster
so
tails.
Steak for sure. Steak, potatoes.
Broccoli.
Probably. Which is just a Thursday night. Yeah. But the special occasion part is 1, you get Martinelli sparkling cider. And 2, you get to dip your steak in butter. That's the way to go.
Only day a year you can dip your steak in butter.
100%. That's how I always felt about it, because I was like, otherwise you're just...
Otherwise, I'm calling the butter police.
Well...
They slip right on in.
Or an ambulance, Just...
They just slide in on a stick of butter. They're like, who's dipping their steak in butter?
The butter police. And then we did, let's see, there was an ornament that we put on every year called the spider, the Christmas spider.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little
We have that now.
story about it. Google it if you want to know more. But I always wanted to read the story when I was growing up. And my mom was always like, no. Like, she would not let me read it. She'd be like, because you're not the mom yet. When you're the mom and you have your own family, then you can have the spider and read the story. So now I read it to my dogs.
And me.
And you. And...
But I'm one of your dogs.
Oh my god. What up, dog? Other Christmas traditions. Nope, I don't really think of anything.
Oh, you didn't have any other Christmas
I thought I did.
After
I
all
really
of like
did.
the
I'm
crap
so
you
sorry.
gave me.
I know.
When I'm
Well,
like, yeah,
because
we
I
did
thought we
presents
did.
and lights and trees.
Okay, so we did. Oh, that's what we. Okay,
And
so
you're
we
like,
did during the month of December. We did St. Nick's Day. That happens on December 6th.
Oh, true.
And so the thought there is you leave your shoes outside your door. St. Nick comes and he puts candy and goodies in your shoes.
And if you're bad, he puts nails in your shoes.
That's not true.
Straight up. And every morning you just have to jump into your shoes full force. And you're either going to squish some candy or you're going to impale your foot with nails.
Not how that works at all.
No?
No. you empty your shoes. They're just like whatever. I just
With
remember
your feet, you have to stick your foot in really hard and pull everything out, and it could be nails.
I just remember being like, ooh, what shoes do I want to put out this year? Like,
well, I need the biggest boots I can find. You get like boots that like go up to your knees. You're like, fill it up, please.
But I feel like I would just put out whatever my favorite shoes were at the time and put them outside.
My mom always gave us like a variety of like nuts in our stockings, like walnuts and
other nuts.
Whatever kind of other nuts you get at Christmas, I have no idea. It was fun to like use like
the nutcracker.
Well, we never use like the wooden nutcracker because I don't think they're strong enough to crack nuts, are they?
I have no idea. I don't make nutcrackers anymore.
I think the decorative ones you're not.
They don't make them like that anymore.
Nuts with.
Yeah.
Maybe you can. I have no idea. But we had like a little metal hand squisher nutcracker thing, and so it was fun to like crack open the nuts and then just be like. Eat them because like I don't want to throw it away, but like I don't want to eat nuts.
It. Yeah.
So we probably, I mean, if you rummage through our cabinets, you could still probably find some like walnuts from.
That checks out.
15 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say. So I was St. Nick's Day, Christmas morning. There was. So this was the most annoying thing of my life, by the way. Did your parents do Santa?
They didn't like push Santa propaganda, if you will.
Looking at you, Coca-Cola.
there was very little Santa propaganda in the house, but we would get presents addressed from Santa.
Right, okay. So my mom also did that. She went as far as to make labels so that it wasn't her handwriting.
That's a bit extreme.
Yeah. And she obviously like kept them all in a separate location until Christmas Eve and then put them all under the tree. And then she would cover them with a sheet. Okay. This is the bane of my existence. I just want everyone to know.
After they were already wrapped.
Yes.
So she would wrap the presents, put them under the tree, and put a sheet over it.
Correct.
Because
she hates me.
The
next morning.
Did you have X-ray vision, but sheets
no.
were your kryptonite?
Well, because here's why. My stocking used to be downstairs, like with around whatever, and she didn't want me to see anything that was new under the tree before she was up with me. So she used to leave my stocking outside my door until one of her joint replacements. I couldn't tell you which one. And then she started leaving it at the foot of the stairs, and I would just go down, get it, bring it back to my room, unload it, reload it, and wait until 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is when I was allowed to wake her up. And I think that was I want to say it was every day in general, but I remember it being like specific to Christmas. Like I wasn't allowed to go in her room until 8 a.m. when I was like a kid. I had some special like clock thing that showed me when I was allowed to go annoy her.
It's called a clock.
Right. But it was like designated so I could look at, or like as a small child, like know what time, like when this hand is here and that hand is there and it's green, you're just ready to go.
Did you not know how to tell time as a child?
Correct. I was allowed to get up when I was in a different house. I remember like being able to get up and watch TV and all of those kinds of things. And so I could do my stocking by myself, hang out until 8 o'clock, and then I could go wake her up. So I'd go wake her up. We'd go through my stocking together. Again, I have to pass the tree. We'd go through my stocking together, and then she would send me back upstairs while she got a video camera ready to video my reaction to seeing the tree for the first time, hence the sheet. However, again, bane of my existence, she would slowly, like as she has the video camera or whatever, she's getting ready, she would slowly take, oh, and I'm out of sight, the sheet off. She would take the sheet off and do all these oohs and ahs and big. And I was like so infuriated because I was like, listen, I have walked by this tree now at least twice, probably 3 times now. And I just want to know what's under there. Why are you doing this? For the anticipation, obviously. And then she would like video my reaction as I came down the stairs like some debutante.
For the anticipation. Okay, way to suck all the wind out of my sails again. Man, you just everything I do, you have to like be like, no more wind for you.
It's from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Anyway, that's not the point. So that was a Christmas tradition, is the stupid sheet. Sometimes things would be unwrapped under it. So if I had gotten like a new bike or a new baby doll or something like that when I was like little, right? Like those things weren't wrapped, but they were under a sheet. So I couldn't see them until, yeah. So that was quite annoying to me, to say the least. We were not ever allowed to do any presents the night before. I always wanted to open one on Christmas Eve. Like that was like, because I had a lot of friends, I feel like, that were allowed to do that. And my mom was like, No. She had this saying of like, well, you're not everyone else. You're a West. She would use it against me at all times. At all times that I wanted to do something that other people were doing.
Just look at you now.
Yeah, now I'm not a West, I'm a Hints. Her slogan is different, I guess. But at the time it was like, well, you're not like everyone else.
Slogan
you're
is,
a West.
at least we're not a West.
SOS. Oh, dang.
Sorry, anyone whose last name is West who's listening. It's a joke.
I mean, not really to Kanye.
I was more so implying like any of your extended family.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Sorry about that.
If they listen, Grandpa West, if you're listening,
we love you very much.
I would love to meet you. Just, it's a long way to go to Arizona.
It is Nevada.
Nevada?
Yep.
I thought they were in Arizona.
Nope.
Where'd your mom grow up?
Arizona.
Okay, so you can see my confusion then.
Yeah, but that's not even her side. That's my dad's side.
Right, she lived in Arizona.
Yeah, so did
your dad
they
also
met
lived in Arizona when they
that's
met.
True. That's true.
You could see my confusion.
All right, that's not the point.
Sipation. Boom! Got him.
So I would say that was that for Christmas traditions. Do you have, before we go, any best Christmas gift, worst Christmas gift?
Put me on the spot.
Yeah. Or any, like, fascinating, funny Christmas memory. Weren't you going to Daytona when the whole for Christmas with the Who Lit the Match? Was that on Christmas?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
We always did, actually, when I was younger, we would go to Daytona for Christmas every year. Let's see.
Best or worst present?
Best or worst present. I remember one year I got these tubes of like underwear, and it was like Power Ranger underwear, whatever, Batman underwear, that kind of stuff. But it was like an age where I was obviously like, I don't want people to see my underwear.
Yes.
I mean, I don't particularly want people to see my underwear today. But if I got a package of underwear, I wouldn't be like, gotta hide this. It'd be like, everyone wears underwear, whatever. But like, so I remember like, there were some like tube. They like came in like these tubes, almost like what like tennis balls come in.
Yeah.
And so I like would find one that was like, I think this is underwear, and I'd go and like open it up like secretly, like hiding it away and be like, yeah, this is underwear. No one else can see it. That kind of thing. So that was probably the worst Christmas present, because I was like, who wants underwear for Christmas as a child?
Literally no one.
Now, as an adult, send me all the underwear.
Absolutely.
As a child, no,
the things
please.
that change. You get new socks for Christmas and you're like, hallelujah! I needed those so much.
Best Christmas gift? I think I got the GameCube for Christmas, and that was pretty good.
Yep. That's a good one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll think about it and let you know in the next podcast.
There we go. When we talk about New Year's.
Maybe this year. Maybe it's this year. And we'll have our next podcast will be after Christmas. So maybe this year I get my best Christmas present ever. No pressure, but
I'm trying to think about it, and I don't think that's true. Like, based on what I've gotten you, I'm pretty sure.
Way to set expectations low.
Let you know that right now.
Put them where they should go.
Well, and two, best gift doesn't, I guess, have to be specific to Christmas. For my birthday, I got some pretty good stuff.
Sure, yeah.
So,
but we were specifically talking about Christmas.
That's true. Worst Christmas gift for me is the most like spoiled brat thing that I can think of. Like, truly, like, it's one of those, your parents did a really nice thing for you and you're being a brat about it. That was me. I was in high school, I don't know, like 15 maybe, and Guitar Hero World Tour had come out.
Oh.
And my mom bought it for me. So it's like the big box, it's got all the instruments in it for the PS2, and I was so upset because I was dumb and I had learned to play Guitar Hero on the handheld controller because I didn't have the coordination to press the button and strum at the same time on the guitar. So I learned how to play it on the handheld controller. However...
Handheld controller.
Handheld. However, in the World Tour version, the new one, you had to play on the instrument. They did away with being able to play on the handheld controller. And so I was so upset because it was this new game and it was like great, but I didn't really want it because I couldn't play it the way that I was good at. And I was going to have to like relearn this whole thing. And so I remember at the time being like, this is the worst. And my mom being like, Get over it. It cost me a lot of money and it's a good present. And she was right. Eventually I learned how to play it on the guitar, you know, the way you're supposed to. But I remember at the time just being like, feeling like it was such a bummer of a present. Man. Which was so stupid. It was a great present. Great time, great present. I just felt like it was, at the time. I was
sad girl bummer.
Truly. It was a sad girl Christmas for sure. Which was, again, so stupid. Was
that also your best Christmas present too?
Best and worst, all in one. I don't know if I have a best Christmas present.
I just remember my best Christmas present ever got. I got Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber.
Oh, very nice.
Me and Alex both got Qui-Gon Jinn lightsabers, and we had lightsaber fights.
Oh, that's fun.
Best Christmas present ever.
Yeah, that's super fun. I can't remember anything best. I got my laptop for Christmas one year, and that was my first laptop. So that was really nice. That was the year before I went off to school, so I had just turned 17. So that was pretty cool to have my own laptop. My PS2 at some point, that was probably a Christmas present. Not, you know, there was not a just because kind of thing. I think I got my top hat for Christmas one year. Oh. I'm so sorry.
Worst Christmas present.
I was really happy about it. I really was. Because these things, I mean, they were very expensive, you know. I will say, we had the Switch, or we got the Switch for Christmas. I can't remember. But you got me Let's Go Pikachu with the Pokeball for Christmas one year. And that was really fun. That was a good time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. Good presents over the years. In general, good presents. Be it Christmas or otherwise.
Yeah.
And good traditions.
Yeah. This year we're hoping for a white Christmas.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. Which is very strange to live in South Dakota for 5 years and not have it snow on Christmas. Or even really have snow on the ground. I guess we've probably had snow on the ground, but it's, you know, old, dirty, nasty snow that nobody likes.
Yeah, muddy snow.
Which I don't think it's forecasted to snow anytime between now and Christmas, but it definitely snowed on my birthday, and it wasn't forecasted to snow then either. So anything is possible in the Great White North. And that's on that. Merry Christmas. Spend it with your families.
Many more pranks. Okay. Listen to the Reliant K Christmas album.
That I can actually advocate
for. Listen to all the moody songs, though.
That's true.
Who cares about all the fast... What's a partridge? What's a pear tree? I don't know, so please don't ask me. No, don't listen to that one.
Yeah, I can actually advocate for that album. Can confirm.
Merry Christmas, here's many more.
So classic. Good. Classic.
So good. Boxing Day. I hate Christmas parties.
Mm-hmm. Chef's kiss from Ethan himself. Merry Christmas. Spend it with your family if you can. If your family is working, like mine is, then spend it listening to this podcast.
Yeah, a couple of times probably.
And pretend that you have a family.
Like, rate, and subscribe.
Like, rate, and subscribe. I don't like that phrasing at all.
I don't know. I'm a YouTuber now.
Oh, that's news. All right. Well, we'll see you after Christmas.
Goodbye.